Hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Today I wanted to talk about a really, really shitty, crappy emotion or visitor called grief. And right away I want to put a disclaimer here that in my adult life I have not experienced the grief that has come to me because of a lost loved one who has passed away. But I have experienced grief of heartbreak, the ending of a romantic connection, even the endings of platonic connections. And I'm a human in the world, so I've experienced a lot of the grief that comes from my compassion for what I have been a witness to in the world. Something that I've learned from my experience of grief is that if moved through and honored and witnessed and looked at and shared, it could be the most beautiful form of self-expression. And I think about like the beauty world, right? And makeup and skincare and all of these things we do to beautify our external representation. But what I've learned from my loss is that grief and the sadness and the willingness, the vulnerability and the willingness to be able to not run from it, to almost wear it, to not feel ashamed, to not feel afraid to be in spaces, to be around people holding that grief, to be proud of it in a way, to say, I loved deeply. The pain I feel, the sorrow that moves through me, the waters, is all a demonstration of my capacity to love. And look how beautiful it has made me. Look at the altar I have become. Because sadness, because compassion, they all stem from love. That they are the emotions that bring us back in touch with who we really are, bring us back in touch with source. Imagine like a baby that's crying all the time. It's because they're new. They just got here. They're not afraid to process their emotions, to let everything that touches them move through and express it and communicate with it. And we think they're so sweet. We think they're so adorable. We think they're so precious. We're allowed to be precious too. We're allowed to be raw. We're allowed to be emotional. And I feel so blessed and so grateful that I have dear friends in my life who are there for me to be a witness of my grief. Because it used to be really hard for me to share that, to be vulnerable, and to say that I'm hurting. Because I always wanted to make it seem like things didn't faze me. I always wanted to be strong. I wore a mask. But then I realized how much I admired the beauty in others who are sensitive and who cry. And so sometimes, even for my morning meditation, I will try to sit, feel into my heart space, and will myself to cry. And not only because I'm trying to release, not only because I think it's healthy and cleansing for the body to move the waters and to, get in touch with what's going on in our inner world. That's one reason. But I also I want to be in touch with the depths that I have within me. Even before I have to go out and be seen in the day, I want to be seen in my purest form. I want to wear my compassion. I want to wear my grief. I want it to be seen and held. Yeah, I believe in self-care. Yeah, I believe in doing all the things to externally present the way we want to be seen. But how about thinking of how building the presence and the strength and the significance of our inner world and trying to pull it from the inside out and wear it like an altar as a part of all of that other stuff we do, you know? Thank you for being here. These are all of the things I muse about and share here, all about living with intention, inclusive practices, yoga and wellness, traveling and going where the heart wants us to be, abundance. I would say actually that grief is a beautiful resource in our abundance.